What's up, guys? I have actually a knife video today. If any of you follow me on Twitter, you'll know that I recently ordered a Bob Dozier fixed blade. I wanted to do an unboxing, but unfortunately the box was actually partially opened, so I was a little worried that maybe someone had tried to steal something out of it or something got lost in the mail, because I hadn't ordered directly from Dozier himself, but I had ordered off of A.G. Russell's website since A.G. Russell had them in stock. I also got two of the A.G. Russell Woodswalkers without the sheath because I plan on making my own Kydex sheaths for these. These are actually pretty nice considering they're only like $12 or $13. But I was first introduced to Dozier knives maybe 8 years ago. It was sometime in high school. And one of my friends was really big into knives at the time. Me not so much. Like, I like knives, but I didn't know that much about them. And I had gone to ECCKS, East Coast Custom Knife Show with him, and he actually knew one of the guys that was working at Dozier's booth and who works for Dozier. And I got to fondle with many of his knives. They were really nice, but back then as a high school student, I didn't exactly have a lot of extra money. And honestly, I didn't really have a lot of extra money to spend on something like this. Because it's a $200 investment basically, all the way up until after college, after graduation. That's when I really had some extra cash laying around. But I've actually used his knives before. Obviously at the show I fondled them and they were very nice. I fell in love with them, and one of my friends in college actually managed to buy one, and I used it, I sharpened it for him and everything, so I have some experience with his knives. So let me just open up this bag. I'm very excited. I just got back from a company barbecue, and I really wanted to just open up this knife and just play around with it. But I also wanted to do a video on it, and I had to go take a quick shower first since I was running one of the grills there. Anyway, as you can see here, I got a Yukon Pro Skinner. It's a drop point blade. D2, obviously Bob Dozier is very well known for his D2 steel in a right hand sheath. The blade itself is 3.5 inches long and the handle is like 4.5 inches long, so overall it's like almost 8 inches, and it's like 5.7 ounces in weight. It's actually quite a large knife. The knife that my friend has is Dozier's Slim Outdoorsman, and it's a really nice knife, and I really like the blade style. It's less of a belly like this Pro Skinner model. It's more straighter. Well, not more straighter. It's a straighter blade. It doesn't sweep up as much, and I believe the blade isn't quite as wide. The only reason why I didn't get it was the handle on it. On the end of the Slim Outdoorsman, there's kind of like a bump here, and if your hands are on the larger side, that actually creates kind of a hot spot where your pinky is. So that was the main reason why I didn't get the Slim Outdoorsman, and I went ahead and got the Pro Skinner instead because from the pictures this handle just looked so comfortable, and from what I recall, the handles were really comfortable when I was playing with them at the show. Dozier makes really excellent Kydex sheaths. Most of them are meant to be carried horizontally on the belt. As you can see here, the belt clip is integrated into the sheath itself. I believe most of his resellers have either left or right hand carry belt, and you're meant to actually carry this in the belt, around where the first belt loop is, depending on which side you're carrying it on. And then when you want to pull it out, you can either, index your thumb here and pull the knife out. The retention is actually very good. You hear it snap in place like that, and there's no rattle at all. Dozier makes very excellent sheaths. They're a little on the wide end because he does it pancake style. Or, well, not really pancake style. I believe it's folded over, but he just leaves a lot of extra material here, and it becomes almost pancake style because he ends up riveting both sides. But you're meant to, you can either index it with your thumb and pull it out, or you can actually have it go up against the first belt loop, and you can pull the knife out that way. This knife is actually quite a bit bigger than I was kind of expecting. You can kind of see the specs online and everything, but it doesn't make up for seeing the knife in person. And honestly, it's been so long since I've seen all his knives in person that I don't really quite remember, what they all look like. But yeah, I don't regret it at all. It's a very comfortable handle. You can see he has, these, I believe this is hand finished, I think Rucarda. Not quite sure exactly what it is. I think it's just a different, it's a type of micarta. I believe micarta is a brand name, so if that company doesn't make it, but another company makes a similar product, they'll just name it something else. Finish is pretty good. It's almost perfect being ground to the blade. I know I kind of noticed here on the butt end, the blade tang protrudes out just very slightly. Like, honestly, I'm not even sure if maybe it's just my eyes, like, because just feeling it, I can't really feel any difference in transition from the handle scales to the blade tang itself. Looking at it, you can kind of see some glimmers of light, but that might be nothing. In hand, it feels super smooth. It feels so comfortable, in the variety of grips. One reason why I decided to get a Dozier was because he makes very affordable knives. Honestly, I believe the prices on his knives have been the same throughout all of these years. I remember a lot of his knives were in the $205, $215 range when I saw them at the knife show. And 8 years later, they're basically the same price. The Slim Outdoorsman is still $205, and this Yukon Pro Skinner is $215. And the nice thing about ordering from A.G. Russell is that his knife prices are basically priced the same as off of Dozier's website. The only thing is, with Dozier now, he's so back-ordered that I believe he has a backlog of 2 years. So if you want something with, custom scales, he does a variety of different color micartas, as well as bone, ivory, obviously at an additional cost. But he can do it for you. So if you really want that, and you're willing to wait the 2 years, then, by all means, order straight from Dozier. Like, the price is basically the same. You're not going to get a discount. And if you order off of Dozier's site, you can also get a different sheath made. Most resellers carry either the left or right hand style, but Dozier also makes one for vertical carry. I don't mind the horizontal carry because it does make it easier to actually carry it on your person without it sticking out, especially if you don't want to have, the bottom portion of the sheath sticking out from underneath your shirt or whatever. He used to make sheaths for, any like custom orders, I believe. Although recently, because of how busy his shop has been, he runs a relatively small shop. I think it's, under 10 people that work for him. And he makes, a few hundred knives every year. He no longer does custom orders for sheaths. And honestly, it's a shame because, his sheaths are really nice. One thing about Dozier's design is that they're always very simple. There isn't a lot of extra, curves or anything unnecessary. Like, there isn't even any jimping. But honestly, if you use it for its intended purpose, you don't need jimping or any of that. And it's actually very nicely polished micarta, so it's actually pretty smooth. But everything, even his sheath design is very simple. There's no extra unneeded material. This tab over here is basically used as a thumb index for you to be able to get the knife out easier. And you can see here that he uses this point here at the tang as a friction point to hold the sheath in. So yeah, and the great thing is, he doesn't increase his price as demand goes up. He doesn't increase his prices, based on what other people are doing. It's just, he has this knife priced at this point, and he believes it's worth that much. And believe me, if you have $200 and you're looking for a really nice semi-production fixed blade, honestly, I would consider it like almost custom because he does, hand grind everything. And I believe even the steel he does hand grinding. He doesn't water jet it or outsource it to other places to have them cut out for him. Definitely pick up a Dozier. They're very nice knives. The sheath comes with the knife itself, so you figure for a quality Kydex sheath, it'll be $30 to $40. That makes this knife really only priced at around $170, which is a great deal. And even some production fixed blades, like some Spydercos, while they are nice, they're just not a Dozier. And everybody, I believe almost everybody agrees that Dozier's D2 is amazing. It sharpens up relatively easy, and it holds its edge really well. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely check out Dozier knives if you've never seen them, and I hope you have a good day.